What's going on, YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks? Thank you guys for stopping in today. Today I'm going to do a little practice run on some chicken. I've never actually cooked chicken on my Traeger, so I'm going to do a little practice run for competition. However, what I'm mainly focusing on today is not necessarily, it's not the rub, it's not really like the injection or the brining process. What I'm wanting to focus on today is seeing how long it'll take to cook the chicken in the Traeger at a certain temperature. I think I'm going to go 275. I might even go 300. I'll decide once I fire it up. So, you know, I'm gonna prep these chickens. I'm gonna keep it really simple. However, it also gives me an opportunity to, if you saw last week's video, my rib video, you'll know that a subscriber, Jamie, sent me some rub, this Texas style barbecue hickory rub, and it was excellent on those ribs. I mean, I don't know if I've ever taken so many bites of a rib in a video. It was good. But he also mentioned it was great on chicken. So I'm gonna try it on this chicken while I'm at it. So it's gonna be this rub on the chicken. And again, I'm just really focusing on how long it takes for the chicken to get done on the Traeger, you know, at a certain temperature. That's what I'm focusing on today. I'll do another video where I actually do the entire competition recipe and see how it turns out. But for today, I'm just wanting to get my timing down, and then I'll move on to the rest of the recipe and that process. So that's what we're gonna do today. I got a, I'm not even sure how big it is, you know, small chicken, probably about a 5-pounder. I'm gonna split it in half. I'm probably not gonna show that part just because you see me cut a chicken. I'll remove the backbone, split in half, and I'll show you what that looks like as soon as I get that done. Let's get started. All right, so I got the chickens cut in half, and what I've done is I just pulled the skin back just so that I can expose that breast meat and season it a little bit. I'm gonna hit it with some SPG first. And again, that's because talking to Jamie, you know, he mentioned about using SPG as a base rub, and that's what I use on the ribs. It seemed to work well with this this other rub that I'm going to use. So I'm going to use it on the chicken as well. So that's that. I'm going to take some of this Texas style barbecue hickory rub and just get it right over that breast meat. Just give it a good coating. Then we'll get the skin, pull it back over. I'm going to use some toothpicks, excuse me, just kind of pin that down so it doesn't pull back as I'm cooking it. Just take a few there. You know what, let's go one more right here. Same thing on this side. I'll take, you know, some toothpicks and pin that down here in a minute. But let's get this outside rub down. So get under that wing. And then again, just take some of this rub, get under the wing. Get these bad boys rubbed down. Get under that wing. Probably should have put some of this in a shaker, but that's all right. We'll get a good covering. I think that's going to be enough. So I'll get this one pinned down as well. Again, this is just so the skin doesn't pull all the way back up while it's cooking. We'll do that right there. And that's it. I'm gonna get the Traeger fired up, and once that gets up to temp, it should take about 20 minutes. We'll get these out on the pit. So the pellets that I'm going to use for this cook is this Texas beef blend. It's a mixture of oak, mesquite, and pecan. So this is what I'm going to use for this cook for the chicken. All right, I got the chickens on. We're going to let these go for I don't know, probably about 45 minutes, and then at that point I'm going to start spritzing with apple juice. I've got some ribs up here also, but this is about the chicken. So it's at 275. We're going to get the lid closed, get the timer going, and see how long it takes to get these chickens done. All right, so the chickens are on, and you probably noticed, because I pointed out, the rack of ribs that I have on there. Well, they're a rack of ribs that I seasoned with just salt, pepper, garlic, SPG. And a little over a month ago, you guys will recall, I did a video, Texas style ribs, where I kept it really simple, just salt and pepper. And I don't remember if I added a little bit of garlic or not, but garlic powder. But anyway, I kept it really simple. I wanted to kind of get back to the basics and just enjoy some good Texas style barbecue, some good Texas style ribs. Well, you know, I shot that video, I tasted the rib, it tasted great. Put them aside, the missus and I ran some errands, and I was like, I can't wait to get home to try some of these ribs again. And well, somebody had other plans. You know, that heavy panting or that licking and drinking that you hear in the background often? That would be my sonny boy, my golden retriever. Well, he got to the ribs, and we put him in a place we didn't think he could get them. First off, the dude is Houdini, let me tell you. He's a big dog. He's 90 pounds, and when he stands up to me, I mean, we're almost face to face. I mean, he's huge. He could get almost anywhere. We know this, but we still, I guess, just forget to put stuff away sometimes. Anyway, he ate the whole rack, bones and all. A whole rack of ribs, minus the one that I tasted. Like, I kid you not. So I didn't get to taste those ribs again, and I was kind of craving them. So that's what that rack is. I, just bought us a rack of St. Louis ribs, or some spare ribs. Sorry, trimmed them up. Salt, pepper, garlic. But I'm not filming that in the video. But I just wanted to tell you that story because I thought it was funny, and some of you guys have been asking me to show my dog. And I might get him in the video here in a little bit. Once the food comes off, you'll hear him right next to me. So anyway, I thought that was a funny story that I would share. Well, check, about 45 minutes, I'm gonna start spritzing these chickens. My guess, I normally cook at 275 for 3 hours on offset. My guess is on the Traeger, since it's a lot more consistent, it's gonna cut that time down probably to about 2 hours, maybe a little over 2 hours. That's just a guess. We'll see. Anyway, I'll pick back up in about 45 minutes once we start spritzing. Got them sauced up. Sprinkled a little bit of extra rub on the top. And I'm going to put them back in for 10 minutes, let that sauce set. And I just use some regular Suckle Busters because that's what I have. So I'll pick back up once we get these off. I will say when I pulled these off the first time, man, these things were just dripping juice. So they were extremely juicy, which I was really happy about because I didn't inject or brine or anything. And that was one of the things that I was looking for, to see how juicy they were. And they were juice. I mean, juice was just dripping everywhere. So I'm going to get this back on 10 minutes, pull them off, let them rest for 10 minutes, and then we'll give them a taste. See if this thing drips with juice real quick. Look at that. These things are juicy. Let's get them on the pit. The chicken is done. I let it set, the sauce set for about 15 minutes actually. And this is what it looks like. Let's let this chicken rest and then we'll cut into it. Nice color though. Look at that. So, looks good. we'll see how it tastes. All right, let's cut into this chicken. Give it a taste test. Wow, this thing is juicy. Very juicy. You know what? I'm just going to cut a piece of this breast meat off. And then we'll see what this looks like. Ooh. Some of that skin on there. Let's do this. Let's give it a slice. The skin is coming off, which is all right. So I'm going to cut this in half right here. Let's look at, you know, this piece isn't, well, actually it is still moist. Look at that. Make that out. So it still has some moisture in there. Let's give it a taste. All right, selfie cam mode. Here's a piece of that chicken with the skin. Let's give it a taste. Wow. That's actually really good. I'm going for round 2. Oh yeah. Jamie was right. That rub is really good on chicken. It's really good on ribs, and it's really good on chicken. I'm digging it. I would definitely use this on chicken more. You know, when I'm cooking for around the house, I would definitely use that rub. It's funny because with the chicken, it almost feels like right off the bat, like there's going to be some heat, but there isn't any at all. You know, there is a sweetness there, which, you know, of course, the top 2 ingredients are sugar. But it's funny because it feels like there's going to be some heat, but there isn't any there. So anyway, it's a good rub. I think it works great on chicken. I definitely plan on using it more often on chicken. So anyway, just a quick little practice run. Again, the main thing for this video was I was trying to get my timing down on how long it would take to cook that chicken on the Traeger. At 275, it got done in an hour and a half, which is really, I'm really happy about that, because it's going to allow me to cut my chicken time down at competitions, you know, in half, or you know, at least a good hour. So that works for me. Anyway, I think when I run the full recipe with the brine injection and my rubs and everything, it's going to be excellent. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. Take care.